MLB Network is your exclusive home for postseason baseball. It's the second game of this ALCS between the Boston Red Sox and the Houston Astros. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian welcoming you to our exclusive postseason coverage on MLB Network. I'm joined by Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. And Danny, an important ball game coming up here in Game 2.
Yeah, it was a good start for these guys at home. They did what they needed to do in the opening game, and this crowd really showed up and made a difference as well. Should be an electric atmosphere again, so we'll see if the guys on the field can feed off it and take a commanding lead in this series.
And now here's how the visiting Red Sox line up in this one. Mark, what's your take on him against one of the best starters in the game?
Focusing on this lineup, Matt, one thing jumps out at me. They are going to have to be good at situational hitting. The guy on the opposition right now on the bump has been throwing the ball great. He's not going to give him anything. I know in today's game everybody's trying to go deep, but I'm telling you, a good hit and run, taking that extra bag today might be the difference between winning and losing.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And we are underway from Wrigley as the first pitch of the night is taken for ball one. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. 53 degrees here at game time as it's cooled off considerably since batting practice this afternoon. 1-2 to the Boston shortstop. And a fastball is swung on and missed, and there is your first out of the contest. So the base is empty here with one away, and that'll bring up the former MVP second baseman Dustin Pedroia. And here's a first pitch curveball that bounces on him there. It's ball one. The 1-0. Misses for the second ball.
Well, here's a guy we know is swinging it pretty well at the plate lately, and based on those last two pitches, I think I know why. He's doing a great job of putting himself in counts where he's likely to be successful.
J.D. Martinez waits on deck. 3-1. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Earl Hendricks.
Hey, D-Roll, Earl Hendricks, he's not a guy that gets a lot of complaints by either players or pitchers. He's a pretty good umpire.
Yeah, Dan, Earl's got a great track record in his sport. He's pretty consistent, and overall, he's been a fair umpire.
The 3-2 pitch. Hard hit ball to second. Throw on to first will take care of Pedroia, and there are two away. To the plate now is the designated hitter, J.D. Martinez. His past history with Hyunjin Ryu, he's 3 for 9. Fastball in there for a called strike.
Hey, there's no waiting around trying to work this guy into deep counts and get into the bullpen. This is a mid-90s fastball guy who loves that pitch and is aggressive and comes right at you. I would assume the offense is going to have a similar approach.
Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. Now the Astros will get their first opportunity. No score. Time now for a quick look at the hometown Astros starting lineup. Mark, what do you have on this group in front of the home crowd tonight?
Matty, you take a look at this lineup. I find myself thinking back to my playing days when I knew I had the ace on the mound. It had to be win day. When you get in a car to drive to the yard, you tell yourself, even though you felt bad about it, Just get 2 or 3. All the pressure's on the big boy to have to execute, and he usually does. Look for this lineup to try and execute and score, manufacture 1 or 2 runs early in this one.
2 balls and no strikes. That'll find its way out of play. It's still going to have a good hitter's count. 2-1 now. Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. Popped him up. Devers on the move. Makes the play. 1 away.
Second baseman.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And that one just missed outside. The 1-0 home. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Back goes Betts at the track, but he has no chance to make the play. It's off the wall. And he's in there at third with a 1-out triple.
And this is what good major league hitters do with a pitch on the outer half. They don't try to do too much with it. Just square it up the best you can and drive it to the opposite gap. By the time the outfielders react and get to it, he's well on his way to third.
So that'll bring in the National League rookie home run record holder Cody Bellinger. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Altuve takes his lead at third with 1 away. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
That's a pretty tough spot for him to deal with in the first inning. Runner in scoring position already, and now he's got the 3-hitter salivating in a good hitter's count.
2-0 count. Here it comes. Too tight with that one. 3-0.
You would think in this situation, maybe with a base open, he'd just pitch around him and put him on first. But not with the guy in the on-deck circle. He's going to attack this hitter.
And he misses with 1 here. It's ball 4. So that'll at least bring the double play into the conversation with runners at the corners and 1 away.
Man, when you don't get a call on a pitch that good, you have to wonder if maybe it's personal. You can't blame him for being angry, but he's got to find a way to move on and focus on the next batter.
He's set and the pitch. Swing, and he puts a charge into this one. High and deep, and you can't forget about it. This ball is gone. 3-run home run down the line in right. His second home run of the series. And the Astros have taken a 3-0 lead.
And he even knew he got away with 1 here. He was late on the pitch, barely catching up to it, but he has enough strength to muscle it off the foul pole for a homer. Cheap? No way. That's impressive.
Now the Cuban import Yuli Gurriel, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Hit out towards second. And that's the second out.
Not a lot you can do with that pitch. That fastball just ate him up inside and gets the soft grounder for the out.
Digging in now, Babe Ruth looking to get on base and keep this first inning alive. And this is off the corner and low, ball 1. And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now.
Well, I think he just kind of lost focus on the mound right there. It's clearly not going his way, and he's thinking more about that than the task at hand. And right now he needs to think about this hitter.
Tough slider over the inside corner for a strike. 3 runs already home here. Lifted down the line in left, and that will end up a foul ball. The 2-2 is laid off, and the count runs full.
If you're at the plate right now, you have to realize who's on deck. I guarantee you something's over the heart of the plate. You have to be aggressive in the zone right here.
Ripped down the first base line, but this will get fouled, so they'll do it again. 3-2. Another full count offering on its way. Pitches away, but it's swung on and grounded to second. They'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the inning. But 3 runs crossed for the Astros on this 3-run home run. We'll head to the top of the second. It's now 3. Here's Mookie Betts. He'll lead it off here to begin the second.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
The windup and the 0-1. And he misses with a high changeup that time, a dangerous pitch. And now a curveball that's low and in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-1. Hit on the ground out to short. And he'll turn and fire a desperation throw to first. And a heck of an effort that time, but the throw's too late, and that'll certainly be scored an infield single to lead off the inning.
Hey, that's a heck of an effort by the shortstop right there to leave his feet and try and make that throw to first base. Got to be frustrated a little bit as a pitcher. You executed your spot.
Well, I tell you what, as soon as you throw one like that, D-Roy, you see your shortstop get a glove on it. You're thinking, okay, maybe he has a shot to get him, but that's a long throw after that jump throw, and a solid infield base hit, but very frustrating as a pitcher.
There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1. No contact there, and it's 1-2. Working for the punch out and the offering. Tough curveball that time, but he's able to make a little contact to keep this at-bat going. The next 1-2 pitch on a good curveball gets him swinging for route number 1.
Well, that's just a quality pitch right there. The location was excellent because if it's put in play, there's a good chance it's on the ground for a double play. And hey, a strikeout always works too.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. In his career, Ramirez owns just over 1,900 base hits in his career. That's a runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. And Ramirez will just try and work his way aboard here. It's 3-1.
Boy, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, you have to make sure it's up above the zone like that. He can't do a whole lot with that, but if it were a little lower, he can and will make you pay big time.
So striding forward now, Jackie Bradley Jr. He'll get to take his first cuts here. The 0-1 pitch. And that pitch catches the inside corner. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2. Digging in, Andrew Benintendi. 2s all over the place. 2 on, 2 out, and of course, here in inning number 2. Strike one to start the at-bat. Hit hard down the line, but this will get foul for strike two. Ryu comes set. Here's the 0-2, and he got him. Boston strands a couple. Still down 3-0. Here's big Aaron Judge. His numbers against Eduardo Rodriguez, he's only 1 for 10. He's also gone down on strikes 5 times. And that misses for ball one. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
Yeah, he just isn't that sharp on the mound right now. Had a rough start in the first inning, and now he's falling behind out of the gate here in the second. Some adjustments need to be made, and fast.
2-1 pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. 2-2.
Hey, if these guys are going to have any chance in this one, they are going to have to set their sights a little lower. You cannot expect to get the barrel of the bat to that baseball. That is entirely too high.
3-2 now. Now the payoff pitch home. He swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. Now to the plate, Mike Piazza, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Squared that one up just a little late. Oh, 1, here it comes. Favorable call in there for a strike. And he struck him out as well. So the bottom of the order providing little resistance here, and there are 2 away. Here's Carlos Correa now. They'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. And that misses low and away, ball 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Now it's 2-0.
2 outs here, and the focus needs to stay sharp. You don't want that lineup turning over in an inning if you can help it.
And he started to go around there, and it'll cost him, as they say. He did swing the bat. It's 2-1. And he pulled up in time, but it's a called strike 2. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Chasing after it is Bradley. He's got it. A great running play, and that'll retire the. Standing in, Christian Vasquez. He'll stand in to open things up here in the third. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Behind 0-2 now.
Get the chainsaw out today, boys. If he's going to throw back-to-back cutters like that, we are going to have some guys getting some wood blown up in their hands.
And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone.
I think we're starting to see the frustration mount from this offense. It's been a pretty dominant performance on the mound, and these hitters have had no answer for anything he's throwing up there. That will wear on you if it lasts throughout most of the game like it has here.
0-1 the count. 0-1 count, and the pitch. Now a fastball off the plate away. A ball and a strike. 2-1 now to the Boston leadoff hitter. Now a swing and a fly ball. Judge is on his horse, but no chance to run it down. It's a foul ball. Trying to send him packing for the second time. And he is in complete control now. 7 strikeouts as this is swung on and missed for the second out. Striding in for Boston, Dustin Pedroia. First 2 men of the inning have both gone down via the punch out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball 1.
He's certainly done an amazing job right here, grinding to get early 2 outs with the number 2 hitter and the middle of the order lurking. He would love to see 3, 4, 5 with no one on base next inning.
Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. And he got another one here. He strikes out the side. He set down 5 in a row via the punch out, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Shin-Soo Choo at the plate now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
No balls and 1 strike. Into the corner and slicing foul.
It looked like from our perspective he gave up on that one a little too quick and then tried to emergency hack late.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Waiting on it is Benintendi. 1 away. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. He smacked a triple and later scored his first time around. Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here 0-1.
Oh, he thanks his lucky stars right there getting away with that hanger. I cannot believe he didn't pull the trigger on that pitch.
In the air out toward right field. Betts has a read on it. 2 down.
The batter, third baseman.
So that'll bring in the National League rookie home run record holder Cody Bellinger. He worked the walk and came around to score in his first trip in this game. There's a changeup over the outside corner.
Watching him on the mound, I'm really impressed with what he's doing right now. He's been really aggressive and confident over the last couple of innings.
Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1. Missed with a slider.
You know, what I'm seeing here is a reluctance to throw the fastball. It's like he feels he can't throw the ball right by him right now.
And it's fouled away.
I know it's a guessing game, but usually when you flip that coin, it better come up fastball at this level. You cannot be late right there. That was right in the wheelhouse.
Full count to Bellinger. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Hans on would be next. And awfully close there on 3-2, but take your base, says Earl Hendricks. It's ball 4.
And I'm sure the manager is just fine with that. I mean, it's better to battle a slugger like that to the end and end up walking him than serving one up where he can really hurt you.
Stepping into the box, Hans on, man at first after the 2-out walk. First pitch of the at-bat. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Bellinger is off at first with 2 away. Pitch out, nothing doing. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Now the 2-1 pitch. Skied into straightaway right. Betts is there. And the inning is over. One left for Houston, but they're on. Next will be the designated hitter, J.D. Martinez. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. And a strike called at the knees, 0-1. That's on the inside corner to put him behind here, 0-2. Oh, and they still have no answer for him up there. 6 straight punch-outs now, and there's one away. So here's the Boston cleanup hitter, Mookie Betts. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Missed with a breaking ball.
That curveball stayed up in the zone. You'll see that often early in the game where a pitcher's trying to find that release point, particularly with his off-speed pitches. We'll have to keep an eye on him, see if he's able to settle down as this game moves on.
Now the 2-0. Sears down the first baseline. That's through for a base hit, his second of the ball game.
You never want to beat a pitcher that breaks a guy out of a slump, but this guy was too good. You knew it was a matter of time before he started barreling baseballs. That gives him a multi-hit game, and I'm sure he's feeling good about it.
Cut fastball taken for strike one. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Just a bit jumpy that time, swung on and missed.
The discipline has just been completely absent from this offense. Seems like they're always finding themselves behind the count, and a big reason why is they're swinging at all kinds of stuff that's not even in the strike zone.
Fouled away. Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. And he struck him out. The 10th victim set down on strikes thus far.
That's 10 strikeouts for him now, and I'll tell you, he could rack up quite a few more before he's done. Still a lot of game left in this one.
And a cut fastball in there for a strike. It's 0-1. And Ramirez can't get that one as he swings and misses for strike 2.
He's attacking this hitter a lot more aggressively than he did the first time when he faced him and issued a walk. Coming right after him here.
And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Red Sox leave 1. They trail in this. Ready for another chance? Yuli Gurriel. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. No balls and a strike to count. The windup and the 0-1. Takes a high fastball for a strike. And a neck-high fastball that time.
0-2 pitch, not even close to the zone, and a fastball might be an indication that he's going to start using some of his secondary pitches.
Lifted in the air toward the line and right. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. And the fastball easy to lay off that time, 2-2. Pedroia now at second. Fielded cleanly. Throw by Pedroia will be in time, and there's your first out. Settling in now, Babe Ruth. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike.
0-1. Hey, you think back to the early innings right there. You thought this guy would have been hitting his showers. A credit to him. He's been able to regroup, find his mechanics, and find a way to stay in this game.
Counts even at 1-1 to Ruth. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Popped him up. Devers on the move. 2 down. Now batting, Aaron Judge. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. On a line, that's a base hit.
kind of looked like he had gotten his bearings there, Dan. Was going to have a 1-2-3 inning, but not the case, giving up that late 2-out knock.
Boy, this lineup is so deep, 1 through 9. They could put a hurting on you, and they're making him work, and he's given up a lot of base hits so far in this one. So far, this has not been an easy one for this pitcher.
And the slider stayed low, apparently, for a ball.
You know, guys, these hitters have had some great looks at that slider so far, and clearly they're all on the same page. The plan is simple. Lay off that slider and make him bring up something straight in the strike zone.
Two and 0 count, and the pitch. Back up the middle and in for a base hit. Long throw to third. Throw won't get him.
Well, D-Roll, that looked like a pretty easy inning to start. All of a sudden, 2 outs and back-to-back singles, runners at first and third.
Yeah, they put traffic on it. I guess I would throw it back at you, Dan. You get 2 quick outs right there, and then you get 2 base hit knocks. Are you even concerning yourself with the traffic on the bases, or are you just trying to execute that next pitch?
You know what happens a lot of times, D-Roll, you lose concentration. You get the first 2 out in the inning. You think, hey, I'm going to breeze through this and get this third guy out. Next thing you know, first and third and 2 out, you have to make some good pitches.
Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. 2-0 now.
Well, I know the last thing he wants to do is load the bases right here, so the pressure is on right now to get back in the strike zone.
Outside, 3-0 now. And some action now in the Boston bullpen as a right-hander's up and throwing. Correa in front, 3 balls and a strike.
3-1 with 2 on, and this is where you got to be geared up for something to drive. I don't think you can just groove him one right here. You still have to try to make a competitive pitch.
Takes this the other way to right, and he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the... First delivery to him on the way. And that one stayed too low, apparently.
1-0.
It's a strike. A sign now from Piazza, the 1-1. Breaking ball taken on the inside corner.
Hey, I watched Tom Glavine master throwing changeups inside to right-handed batters and getting them to pull it foul. If this guy can command that front hip curveball, he's going to go to it all game.
Not surprisingly here, this is on the ground to the right side.
Hey, some guys look out there, Dan. They don't care. They can't execute the ball the other way. It's not that easy. They're going to hit it as hard as they can right into the shift and let the chips fall where they may.
You know, it's hard, D-Roll, when you've come up all the way through high school, little league, college ball, and the minor leagues, and you're used to pulling the ball. That's the type of hitter you are. Some of these hitters are going to have to try to make some changes with these exaggerated shifts.
Altuve for 1. Well, he'll put this in his pocket and be content with just the 1 out.
That was kind of a high degree of difficulty play that time. You see the off-balance throw to second base, and he couldn't get a lot on it, but they did get the out.
Into the box now, Christian Vasquez. As the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike. First time up, he went down looking. A 1-1 count now to Vasquez.
Well, those were a couple of close pitches right there in the inner part of the zone. Hitters will tell you, pitches in that location are tough to do anything with.
The 1-2 gets him looking up around the letters.
Runner on first in a double play situation, so you expect to see a lot of pitches down in the zone. So I think that pitch up right there was a good one. Obviously, the double play is more efficient, but you're always going to take a K when you're on the mound.
And there he goes towards second. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw, not in time. He's in there at second. Benintendi at second with 2 down. Curveball, swing and a miss, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
Hey, this offense needs to check themselves right now.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Shin-Soo Choo at the plate now.
Leading off for the Astros.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Now it's driven the other way with some authority. Headed toward the foul pole. And that's off the left field foul pole. A home run. So a solo shot down the line in left. His first homer so far in the series as the Astros have opened it up now 4-0.
Yeah, I can remember when leadoff hitters were these little speedy guys who would try to leg out little numbers or draw walks. Well, that time has passed, and guys like this, the top of the plate, can sometimes go deep as well as anybody in the lineup.
Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. 1 for 2 with a triple so far in this one. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes. 4 runs, 5 hits. No errors in the ballgame for the Astros to this point. Here's a swing and a miss, 1-1. Shot weakly to the left. Gonna be a tough play. Throw on to first, so a good comeback there as he gets the first out of the inning. So that'll bring in the National League rookie home run record holder Cody Bellinger. Couple of walks for him thus far.
Ball 1. Obviously the game plan wasn't to let this guy beat you right here. He's already walked twice, and that pitch out of the zone tells me they want nothing to do with him.
That's lifted the other way out to left. Waiting on it is Benintendi. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Into the box now, Hans Hahn. He flew out in his last at-bat. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Up around the face. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Towards second. Throw on to first, gets him, and the side is retired. Here's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia. He'll start the inning, and we're back to the top of the order, but they haven't looked too dangerous in this one yet, right, guys?
Well, none of them have any hits yet, so you're right on the money. They've done a great job of holding these guys down so far.
Another opportunity for him here, so we'll see if anything changes.
Designated hitter, J.D. Martinez.
Here's J.D. Martinez. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate. Here comes the first pitch. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner.
To me, getting ahead 0-1, it's the most important pitch in the game, Matty. It puts the hitter on the defensive. I can only think of...
There's a swing and a drive, and everybody's just going to sit back and watch that one fly. A no-doubt home run.
Well, they're still down, but this homer right there might light a fire under the whole team. Give them a spark to climb back into this thing. We'll see if this gets them going.
Here's Mookie Betts.
How about right here, Mookie Betts.
First offering on its way. The knee buckler, and he swings and misses at it.
I don't know if this is great deception by the pitcher, great arm action, or just bad offensive approach. They got to find a way to get something in the zone. Somebody's got to be willing to take a pitch, maybe move something the other way to kind of calibrate what the strike zone's going to be.
Here comes Ryu, 0-2. And a breaking ball runs in and gets him, and I doubt there was any intent behind that. Now at the plate, Rafael Devers. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1.
Well, that's a tough pitch to take right there, right down the middle. But I think that happens when you're facing a good pitcher like this guy. The last thing you're expecting is one right down the pipe, and unfortunately, he let that one go, and he'd like to have that pitch back to take a good swing at that one.
Here comes another 0-2. A fastball that just misses inside. Struck him out. Struck him out again, I should say. His third punch out of the game. Digging in, Hanley Ramirez. Comes set, now the pitch. Cut fastball inside, ball 1. Betts, the runner at first with 2 gone. Betts is on the move. Strike taken to throw. And no throw, in fact, as he'll just hang on to it. And he's going to add to the total. 14 punch-outs now as that ends the inning. The Red Sox do pick up a run on the solo shot. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Anthony Swarzak enters to do the pitching in the bottom of the 6th.
Number 38, Anthony Swarzak.
At the plate, Yuli Gurriel. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. A ball and no strikes. That's inside. 2-0. Action in the bullpen now as a right-hander begins to throw out there. Chipper Jones is going to come off the bench as he'll be asked to lead off the bottom of inning number 6.
Chipper Jones.
3-0 now.
And just when you needed a shutdown inning, a leadoff walk was certainly not on the agenda. He needs to bear down right here.
Base hit into right center. Legs churning. He's headed for second. And the Astros get something started right away. It's a leadoff double.
You could tell he was thinking fastball all the way here, and that's exactly what he got. He was able to get the bat hit out front and pull it into the gap in the right center. Now they're set up pretty nicely for a good inning after that leadoff double.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. A high fastball is in there.
You know, hats off to the pitcher right there. You got a great hitter at the plate. It's early in the count, and he wanted to get ahead. Nice challenge pitch right there.
Hit sharply on the ground. And that'll get by into center field for a base hit. And the runner from second is in to score.
You don't get too many pitches a day in the big leagues middle cut. His eyes lit up right there. This pitcher's lucky he's not getting another ball from the umpire.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Hard liner to center field. Bradley is there, and he has it for the first out. Stepping up now, Mike Piazza. A hit in 2 tries so far. Here comes the first pitch. And that one just missed outside. Ruth, base runner at first with 1 out. A ball and a strike.
1-1.
The 1-1. Popped him up. Betts coming on. And he tracks it down. A nice running play to record the second out.
The batter, number 1.
Here's Carlos Correa now. Hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line out. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Good swing. Just got to try and straighten that one out. 5 runs, 7 hits. No errors in the ballgame for the Astros to this point. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control. 0-2.
He's going to need to shorten up and get that foot down a little bit earlier if he hopes to be catching up to that fastball.
And a check swing here, but he holds up far too late as it's strike 3. And the Chipper Jones is going to go ahead and stay in the ballgame and play third now. Now at the plate, Jackie Bradley Jr., who was a strikeout victim his first trip and then collected a base hit his last time around.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
Line drive base hit. The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. Here's the first pitch to him. Now a ball lined to the left side. Foul.
You can't allow this offense to get going right here. Leadoff man on doesn't kill us. Let's try and roll a double play right here. Let's execute a good pitch down and away. See if we can get a ground ball and rely on your defense a little bit.
On to first, and that's the very last thing they needed at this point in the ball game, as there are quickly 2 away now.
It's hard to do anything with a pitch like that that's below the zone, and if you do anything with it, most of the time this will be the result: a double play on a good pitch down in the zone.
Stepping in now, Christian Vasquez. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1.
Hey, we're moving into the later innings right here. This guy's continuing to pitch well with his first pitch strike percentage well over 60%. That's about league average so far, so he's right on point.
Throw in time, and the side is retired. Red Sox go down quietly. They're down 5-1. Tyler Thornburg gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th. So the Houston lineup turns over, and to the plate, Shin-Soo Choo. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1. One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Hit fairly well out towards straightaway center. Bradley on the run. 1 down.
The second baseman, number 27, Jose Altuve.
Digging in once again, Jose Altuve. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball 1. Thornburg rarely finds himself in much trouble out of the bullpen, at least in terms of giving up base hits. He's proven to be a tough guy to barrel up. 2-0 now. Belted high and deep into right center. Ranging back is Bradley, but he can't get it as it's off the wall. Around second, he's on his way to third. And he's in there at third with a 1-out triple.
In most parts of the league, that would be a round tripper. I mean, he hits this thing probably more than 400 feet, but he'll have to be content with a triple. Has to feel good about the way he hit it, though.
In now, Cody Bellinger. As he'll go after a curveball out of the zone to start the at-bat. It's 0-1. 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far. The 0-1 delivery. Popped him up. Bogarts moving to his left, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Hans Hahn will stand in, and as he does, we'll flash you back to the first inning of the ball game. A 3-run shot had him off and running right out of the gate. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike.
Yeah, guys, the key to hitting in the big leagues is to hit off the heater, and this guy is obviously sitting something else.
On the ground to third. Devers has it. And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first. Here's Xander Bogaerts now. We're in the 8th now, and nothing's changed out there on the mound.
Well, I've been very impressed with how this starter's going about his business, Matt. He's looked really sharp, and it's hard to know if it's had any effect. But getting that early lead from his offense could have really helped settle him in.
And this is going to find its way into left for a base hit, and the leadoff man's aboard to start the 8th.
Hey, look at this guy compete right there. Nice base hit. Are you kidding me? He had already had the hat trick. He was staring the golden sombrero straight in the face, and he said, no dice.
Here's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia. Bogaerts on at first, nobody out. 2-0 now.
2 tough sliders right there, but he was able to lay off him. Might have bought himself a fastball in this situation.
2 balls and a strike. Bearclaw, or Bear for short. He was selected in the 7th round during the first-year player draft of 2012.
Man, coming out of the late rounds, you have to grind for everything. Nothing is given to you. And this guy has turned himself into a very solid big league ball player. That's a big accomplishment.
Hit out towards second. Step on the bag for 1. Back to first, but a good job to break up the double play as he couldn't make an accurate throw.
Well, he definitely rushed himself on that return throw to first there, and he threw it away. They got to force at second, and the runner didn't advance, so it'll just be scored a fielder's choice.
You'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point.
Yeah, that last at-bat, Danny, he turned that fastball around. He didn't hit it a ton. He didn't hit it a country mile, but, hey, listen, a home run is a home run.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2. Now a double play ball for Chipper at third. And there's out number 2. Here's Mookie Betts, and with men on base and 2 away, it feels like this at-bat could go a long way toward deciding this thing.
No doubt, Matt. A base hit here changes this game quite a bit, but if they can't score here, it looks pretty bleak for them heading into the last couple of innings.
A ball and no strikes. Here it is. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. On, racing back into the bleachers and gone. Two runs on the board after the home run by Mookie Betts. His first homer here in the series, and it's a 5-3 game now.
Well, people always wonder why some players make so much money, and there's your answer. The great ones find a way to rise to the occasion in the postseason, and he did right there.
Now batting, third baseman,
Rafael Devers the next to bat as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. As we near the end of this one, it's clear the long ball has played a big role in today's outcome. Dan, D-Row, what are your final thoughts on what we've seen?
Yeah, just non-competitive pitches in some big situations, Dan, and the offense took full advantage.
Yeah, you know, D-Row, one of the things about pitching is you want to have location, and it was obvious in this one today that the pitchers weren't on point, and what happens when that happens? Hitters make you pay, and the long ball was a big part of this one here.
Perhaps a little low there. It's 2-0.
He's gone back-to-back with off-speed stuff to start this AB, and neither has found the zone. He's trying to pitch him backwards, but that only works if you can get them for strikes. Now he'll probably have to challenge him.
number 28.
New pitcher to tell you about it. It's a guy drafted number 6 overall out of North Carolina in 2006. The 6'6" lefty Andrew Miller.
Time to focus here. This game is way too close to be walking, guys, so we'll see if he can make him swing the bat on this next pitch.
Cameron Maben will be summoned now to be the pinch runner. First offering on its way. Committed to that one a bit too soon as it locks him up for strike one. Lifetime against Andrew Miller. He's 1 for 4. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. The 1-1 is a fastball down below the knees.
A lot of times you see guys get too aggressive and try to do too much at the plate with guys on, but right here he's doing a great job of waiting on the right pitch. Got himself ahead in the count now.
And that's into the corner, a foul ball in right. Here's another 2-2. Yanked fouled off to the right. My goodness, that nearly got him as he had to back away from it. It's ball 3.
Not sure if that was a purpose pitch or not, but I like it. As a pitcher, sometimes you've got to be willing to back the guy off the plate by running something hard inside. You can't just let guys be comfortable standing in the batter's box against you.
Line drive base hit, but not in time as the run scores and the lead is trimmed to 1. Tag, and they get him at the plate as 1 run scores, but not the second. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2. Matt Barnes is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th. Mitch Moreland is going to come on as a defensive replacement now as he takes over at first base. Now time is asked for at home plate and granted by the umpire back there, Earl Hendricks. He's ready. Here's the first offering. A little bouncer. That rolls foul for strike 1. Hit sharply on the ground. Bogarts has it. Throws in time, and that's out number 1. Ready now. Babe Ruth. He singled his last time up. First pitch coming. Here it is. 0-1 the count. Now the 0-1. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Barnes, a 27-year-old. He was a first-round pick back in 2011.
Yeah, he has turned himself into a really nice ball player. I wouldn't put him on the superstar level, but you know what? They didn't miss with this pick either. You go into high rounds and you carve out a career the way this guy has, nice pick.
Big rip at the curveball, but he comes up empty, and it's even at 2-2. Missed with a breaking ball. 1 out, nobody on. Now a check swing here, and no swing, says the home plate umpire. Not even an appeal. It's ball 4. Here's big Aaron Judge. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Ken Griffey Jr. will come on now and pinch run here.
Number 24, Ken Griffey Jr.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. Here it comes, 1-0. Popped him up. There now is Moreland, and he's got it for the second out. So coming to the plate, Mike Piazza has got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Now time called at the plate as he'll step out and try and start it again. Gary Sanchez will look for some 2-out magic here as he'll pinch hit with 2 gone and a runner at first. breaking ball. That's in the dirt as he takes a ball. Career numbers against Matt Barnes. He's just 1 for 6. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
You thank your lucky stars when you get a chance to hit behind a guy with as much speed as he has on first base. The entire defense is on guard, and you know probably there's a fastball coming.
Lays off a fastball, but it's over for a strike. 2-1. Now a move over to first. And he is tagged out here. Boy, a bad mistake that time as he's picked off to end the inning. Nothing doing there for Houston. They lead it 5-4. Welcome back to MLB Network. Great to have you with us from Chicago as the 9th inning is set to get underway. Gary Sanchez will stay in the ball game as he'll likely do the catching from here out. Suwano comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the 9th. First offering on its way. 9th inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball 1. Downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes.
You'll hear me say this time after time up here in the booth. You fight so hard to get into these counts. 1-0, 2-0, 3-1. They don't happen often. This is a huge spot. Count leverage. Look for him to get loose on a fastball right here.
Grounded to the right. There is Altuve. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway. Now at the plate, Xander Bogaerts. It was a single for him in his last at-bat. Third baseman hugging the line here. Now the first pitch. Swing and a liner. And that's a base hit. He's now 2 for 5 in this one. Into the box now, Dustin Pedroia. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. Missed with a slider.
In today's game, everybody's trying to work off the mound north-south, trying to elevate that heater. He wanted that pitch right there, but I can tell you as an offensive player, I'd rather give you 6 inches off east-west than to have you call that high fastball.
In the dirt. And it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw. And not what they were hoping for as that moves the possible tying run into scoring position. He's set. Here's the 3-0. A changeup that just catches the bottom of the zone for a strike. Now a bluff back to second as he'll just hold on to it. Swing and a liner. Foul. Working for the punch out and the offering. Swing and a liner to left center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. He's in there at the plate, and Game 7 is tied.
You know, D-Row, there are some guys that shy away from hitting when it really counts. Top of the 9th, and this guy comes through to tie this thing up.
Yeah, he was able to slow the moment down right there. Get this back to square. There's still a bottom of the 9th looming. Let's see if they can tack on a few more.
In the dirt here. Good job keeping it close as the count goes to 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. And that slider's almost in the dirt.
I know this is not his finest moment, but we're not going to panic right here. This guy has been doing this a long time, a veteran that won't let the emotion get to him.
Now a long throw to third, and he is in there at third as the possible go-ahead score.
Boy, this is just a case of another really good hitter finding a way, even though that was a soft liner, finding a way to get hits.
Yeah, he usually hits rockets and catches the barrel, but even his soft liners fall. Dan, he has a knack for keeping his bat in his zone and giving himself a chance.
And out at first as he almost beat him to the bag that time, but the foot just beats the runner for out number 2. Stepping in, Rafael Devers. Runner in scoring position with two gone. Now an off-speed pitch that nearly ran in and got him. High in the air, carrying well out to deep center. On, going back on it, to the track, to the wall. Gone! Two-run shot to straightaway center. His first homer so far in the series as they open up an 8-5 lead. How about the work the lineups have been doing so far, fellas?
Matty V, this is turning into home run derby part 2. D-Row, 5 bombs already in this one.
Yeah, there's a fight at the bat rack for both teams right here. A lot of mislocations right out over the heart of the plate, and neither side is missing.
There's the first baseman now, Mitch Moreland. As he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. He turns on it and sends it deep down the line in right. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there. Fastball called strike, 1-2. The 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Eduardo Nunez will stay in the ballgame now as he comes on to play second here.
Now playing second base.
Ninth inning save situation coming up now as they'll entrust Craig Kimbrell with the baseball here as he'll try and close things out. Here's the first pitch to him. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
Objective number 1 right here is finding a way to get on base. So I'm not surprised to see him taking on the first pitch there.
And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And he lays off upstairs, but it's ruled a strike, and he can't believe it. 1-2. The 1-2 is looked at for ball number 2. The 2-2 is swung on and missed, strike 3. Here's Carlos Correa now, and in previous meetings with Craig Kimbrell, he's 1 for 4. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And a neck-high fastball that time. The 1-0 home. 1-1 to count. Bases are empty. 1 man out. And he punts the fastball by him here. 1-2 now.
Well, these hitters can expect to see a heavy dose of that big fastball from this reliever. It's a major part of his arsenal.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Grounder down the line at third. But a foul ball as it holds it 2-2. He's set. Here's the 2-2. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen. Shin-Soo Choo at the plate now. He comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the 9th. Takes a knee-high fastball. Set to deliver the 0-1. Fastball down near the shoe tops. 2 out, nobody on. anticipated. Here's a ground ball now to the right side. And he is in there.
Hey, this game is close right here, but I'll take the inside the mindset even if it was a blowout. I know the team's down to their final out, but you'll be hard-pressed to ever find an offensive player give away an AB. Nice infield single right there to keep the line moving.
Breaking ball stays high. And a good heater as he just watches this baby. A ball and a strike. Now a throw over. Back in standing. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Check swing. No swing, says the home plate umpire. Ball 2. Good pitch as this is swung on and missed. And now they're down to perhaps their final strike of the evening. Last strike now for Houston. Runner goes for second. And this one's in the dirt. Pitch is low and in the dirt. And that's going to allow that runner to steal his way into scoring position here with 2 away. Close there on 3-2, but take your base, says Earl Hendricks. It's ball 4.
The closer is supposed to slam the door on his opponent, but he left the door wide open with a walk there. We'll see if they can capitalize on it.
So that'll bring in the National League rookie home run record holder, Cody Bellinger. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. First offering on its way. And he fouls this one off. On second, Altuve on at first with 2 down. Oh, that hit him. Let's hope he's okay. No chance to make the play. Let's just hope he's okay on the mound.
Nice AB right there. 2-out single in the 9th. You put yourself in a position to be the tying run. Now you have your boy coming up behind you, the winning run at the plate. Start loosening up the water cooler lids. We could have a walk-off.
Standing in with the bases loaded, Hans on, and he does so representing the possible go-ahead run. Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. And a fastball's in there for strike 1.
Getting that first pitch strike is really important when you're dealing with the bases loaded behind you. Good job to give himself the advantage there.
Fouled off. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. And a big pitch coming here late, so he'll step out and ask for time. The 1-2. Sinks below the knees, taken for a ball.
Well, you don't want to get caught looking for the final out. That's a tough pitch to lay off. Impressive that he did.
Looks at a fastball low here, and it's full 3-2. Chipper Jones would be next if they can keep this inning alive. And that misses. Ball 4. A run will come in to score.
And it's times like these that a pitcher feels awfully lonely. I can see why he didn't want to be too aggressive. Last thing he wants to do is give up a grand slam to a dangerous hitter, but walking in a run is painful too. And here he is again, still with the bases loaded.
Carson Smith takes over on the mound now as he'll try to get the final out of the ball game here and pick up a save. Trying to work that slider to the outer half, but it misses 1-0. And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. Two big outs here, but the tying and winning runs are both out there. And this will be a called strike two. In trouble now as they're down to their final strike tonight. And this misses, so it'll set up a big pitch coming up. It's full 3-2.
Gotta love a late rally, and listen to this crowd now. They are really into this.
A drive to left. Get out of here. Get out of here. Gone. They win it. Santa Maria. So he promptly unloads the bases with that one. And with one swing of the bat, this ball game is over.
Man, the postseason always seems to deliver big moments, and this was no exception. A walk-off in the final at-bat ends it, and there's bedlam at home plate. Wow!
And there's no better time of year to come up big for your team than in the postseason, and that's exactly what this man did. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, no time like the postseason to come through and lift your team to victory. He was certainly a big factor here, and it was pretty cool to see.
This one wraps up as a 10-8 final. The Houston Astros get the win to take a 2-0 series lead. Sun Hwan-Oh is the winning pitcher of record. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa and the lefty Dan Plesac and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. Thanks for watching MLB Network.
Fans, our final line score tonight. First, for the victorious Astros, 10 runs on 11 hits. No errors. They left 5 men on base. For the Red Sox, 8 runs on 13 hits. No errors. They left 8 men on base. Time of the ball game, 4 hours and 2 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.